Yeah, hey, thank you. So, have you ever like astral traveled and saw something you weren't supposed to at all, or like you're like, oh shit, I need to get out of
There
this. This
was
is not a
one
good.
moment. There was
Yeah.
one moment, and I was seeing my astro. I was seeing my astral life, like my next life,
Oh wow.
and I was seeing it as a baby, and it's a dragon. It's a real dragon,
Really
and I
quick, does that mean that you believe in reincarnation, or is that like,
absolutely. Oh,
okay,
absolutely.
okay,
And that the astral body is always existent, and it uses a physical host body to learn a lesson, to gain a perspective, to make an adjustment, whatever the case.
gotcha.
Clothing.
Yeah. So you said that you were being born as a dragon. Is
As a
that in like
dragon.
a different realm than this, or is that in like this realm, or how does that exactly
Different
work?
dimension. Yes,
Different
different
dimension. Okay.
dimension. Different dimension. Like radio. Like you got AM, FM radio, you got AM, FM, and you could screen between all those channels in between. Each one has is a one each one has a reality, per se. Not directly relating or to AM, FM, but in that kind of a circumstance. Um
Wow.
and so it's like learning the underwater currents of the ocean. There's rivers and currents in the ocean. It's like learning, once you learn those, shit, you could like drop something here and pick it up over here. You know how it works.
That's
So it's
awesome.
that kind of a system. And so I started talking to my baby, like my younger dragon self, and right away it came into my mind. No, 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 no! You can't do that. You can't do that. Stop, 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 stop. And I was like, "Oh, my bad." They were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just go ahead and cut transmission. Like, you can't be talking to your future self like that. It's you can fuck some shit up." I was like, "Oh, my bad." Okay. They were like, "It's okay. It's okay. Just you good." So
Don't do it again, right?
right, exactly. I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, my bad. I didn't know. I didn't
So it
know."
must be kind of hard to not like be tempted by stuff like that when you come across it because it's like so, profound. You're like, I want to know more, but then you're just like, I can't do it because the consequences wouldn't be worth it. And
Exactly.
are there risks of you like ruining it like for yourself if you go through with it? Like if you make the wrong decision, right? Could that
Yeah.
outcome no longer be a possibility because you saw it already?
So,
I know that's kind of confusing. I'm
not
sorry, but
not necessarily, because it can always be reworked in some form or fashion. Time is no more than a factor in the is no more than a digit within the equation.
okay.
So, not necessarily in some circumstances. Yeah, okay, we get it into the minutia. We could like that could apply absolutely. Though what you bring back to my mind is within the first year of me working with the spirit, working with the divine. My mother, she had passed away, and I was working with her, but I was working with, like, I didn't know who I was working with exactly, but I was like, I was seeing results, so I was like, I'll keep following. It was just within my mind, no drugs, totally sober, all that stuff. And so, like, as I continued to follow, um there was this one moment within the first year, and I did something selfish, something that I purely wanted, that I was not told to do, was within my capability, but I was not instructed to do this, and it was a pure selfish, and I was told to do something, and I fucking played around with it, like, you know better, but I'm gonna
Right.
do this instead to get what I want out of it. And literally, like, all the joy within my life that came into me left.
Wow.
And I was like, I'll never fucking do that shit again. And it came back the next day, and it was like, now you know. Now you
Right.
know how valuable this relationship is. And so it got to be like family. You don't want to cross family. The biggest thing you don't want to do with a real family member is lose their trust after you gained it. And
Right.
so for me, at this degree of my life, and for the years past, I touch that which I am instructed to do so, and I interact that with what I know I'm supposed to interact with, and everything else I could give a fuck less with. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to mess with it. The
Right.
last time somebody said pray for me, guess what, bro? I prayed for them. And guess who was sent in to fix it? The next morning, they came up to me and said, yo, so and so broke their leg. They need help in the kitchen. You go help
Oh wow.
me. I was the one who he was the guy. Was fuck. So no, I'll teach you how to pray. You go ask for yourself.
Right.
I'm not interested in getting involved in more than I have
So
to.
you don't know how to fix broken legs or what? That yeah, that's what it sounds.
Interesting fact. I had this event where I was going downhill. And I was on my bicycle. I wound up hitting speed bumps because they were ill
Ooh.
placed in the road. The center was not clear. It was offset. I hit the speed bump. I went fucking 10, fucking maybe 15 feet. I think it was 15 feet. I fucking landed head first. I had
Ooh.
bicycle tracks on the tire tracks on the back of my down the back of my spine. No joke. Um, and shit, where was I going with all of that? Something about praying for people. Oh, broken limbs. Long, I go into the hospital. They take X-rays of my arm. They put my arm in a splint because it's broken. They said broken. They said it's broken. They didn't say fracture. They said broken. Put in this half-cast splint. Told me to come
Wow.
back in a couple weeks. I was like, okay. Still went into McDonald's. Still did my job. Still did my shit. Still lived my life. Went back in 2 weeks. They take like 3 X-rays, 5 X-rays. They call me back in, take more X-rays. They call me back in, take more X-rays. I think we're up to 18 X-rays now, and we're
Dang.
like, yo, yeah, what the hell's going on? They said, your arm's not broken. You can take that thing off. Said, doc, but it hurts. He said, that's the atrophy. Your arm's good. I said, but they said it's broken. They said, that's why we took so many X-rays. It's not broken. All right,
Wow.
doc.
That healed
So
quickly.
somehow it healed to the point to where they saw no breakage within 2 weeks time.
So do you think that
And
has something to do with like your lifestyle?
I think it has to do with my legit lineage. I think there's a lot more to the puzzle, to my life than meets the eye.
Okay.
And there's been some things revealed to me, like legitimately, if we're in person, I within 3 minutes I can align your chakras. You'll completely feel different within 10 minutes, closer to 7 minutes, but within 10 minutes I can activate your chakras if they are off,
Wow.
and have them aligned as well. Um, and that's just through sound. That's without me speaking anything. That's without me going the extra mile. That's just base level working. And so I had these results in the year 2023. I had at least 24 reoccurring results with individuals. People would come in, they would be full of anger, angry, upset. I would perform one of my jams. I like to call them jams because they're rather informal ceremonies. So it stays in. I got a candle going. There's some incense going, and we do the jam. And they literally, as soon as I finished doing the jam, they were happy, bliss, no sense of anger, completely absent. One lady was like, I was gonna go do some other stuff, but now I'm gonna get this sage and I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yep.
And I
Clears
went
that
like in
mind.
the park. And like no drugs, no smoking. I'd put nothing in the water. I'd like she drank nothing. She came in and she was like rah 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 rah. And I knew exactly what to do on a spiritual level. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry about that. I said, no, keep the energy. She said, okay. And I read off to the Divine Mother in her protective form, fiery lioness form. And essentially Divine Mother sucked up that kind of raw energy, and the lady was feeling